Well, hello there. We got a new toy. This is the Insta360 X3, and today, despite a severe weather warning we're having here in Orlando, we'll be taking it to Epcot to see what it can do. One thing I wanted to mention here in the beginning of the video is that telescopic monopods, aka selfie sticks, are not allowed in any of the Disney parks, so I will have to use my little Manfrotto tripod while we're there. But we did take the X3 with its telescopic monopod on a recent little day trip we took to Tampa, so I will have some of that footage sprinkled in throughout this video. Okay, now before the rain gets too bad, let's head to Epcot. From here we hopped into my Tacoma and made our way to the park, which ended up making this fun little transition. I think for me, this camera will be an entertaining way to create transitions and B-roll like that. Another tool for me to use as I try and grow as a storyteller through video. Once you capture your 360 clips, it's all about the editing within the Insta360 phone app and Insta360 Studio for desktop. At first I was a little intimidated by new editing software, but the user experience is really intuitive and it's pretty fun to play around with the different ways you can use a clip. Whether you use the keyframes to zoom in and out of a subject, or even just to track something like the monorail. While in the park, I kind of felt like a kid playing with a fisheye lens for the first time. But when I got back home in the editing software, I realized I could make the footage look pretty normal by zooming in enough and kind of panning left and right. And of course, you can use that wide angle look to your advantage at times too. I think stuff like this would be really cool to use for B-roll in a vlog, like this clip we got driving through Ybor City. But you probably want to be careful of using that effect too much or you might nauseate your audience. The cool thing is that you really are taking footage at all angles, so you can choose the angle of the shot you want after filming it. Okay, so if you're vlogging with this thing, I'm filming myself this way, but it's also filming from the other side. So if something were to suddenly happen over there, you could just use the keyframes to capture that side, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
You're seeing both all the time. You're seeing each side.
Like an orb. You're basically holding an orb. So remember that at Epcot I had the smaller handheld Manfrotto tripod, but usually with the 360 invisible selfie stick, you can really make it look almost as if you have a drone following you around. This will come in handy for anyone who is a solo traveler or even a couple that wants to be in the same shot for once. I will say I did feel a little awkward walking around with this big 3-foot pole, but surprisingly, people around us didn't really seem to notice or care. I will be taking this setup with us on my very first cruise, which is to Alaska, next week, so remember to subscribe if you're interested in catching that one. Now back to Epcot. I think a camera like this would really come in handy for anyone doing those walking tour type videos, and I thought the Morocco Pavilion would be a good place to test out doing something like that. I really like how smooth all this footage is, and being able to pan to the most interesting areas by placing the keyframes in the editing software. Another good area to test this was walking up the path to the Katsura Grill in the Japan Pavilion. Here you can see how the camera is really filming everything around me, as well as me. And with the Insta360 Studio, I can lead the viewer's eye to whatever I thought the most interesting shot would be on my way up the path after the fact. So it's like you really won't miss anything. Alright, so remember that weather warning? Well, by the time we got to the Germany pavilion, it was starting to rain, so we decided to make our way back to the front of the park. But luckily, by the time we got there, the Beacon of Magic light show on Spaceship Earth was in progress, which caused us to slow down and get some photos of it, when suddenly this happened. Oh, that's cool too, though. Oh my god!
I don't have that.
And with that, it felt like a successful day at Epcot. If you enjoyed this one, remember to give this video a thumbs up, and while you're there, maybe even smash that subscribe button. This video was not sponsored, but if you decide that you want an Insta360 X3 camera for yourself, I will have an Amazon affiliate link in the description box. And if you want to watch more of my Disney vlogs, here's a playlist for you. See you in the next one. Bye!